Okay, we're going to look at three people today, Mario, Alec, and Tamsin. Mario makes $10 an hour, Alex makes $7 an hour, and Tamsin makes $10 an hour plus $40. If you remember Mario, he worked at Pathmark, Alec worked at Applebee's, and Tamsin was a car mechanic. Okay, and these are their rates of pay. Let's first look at Mario. Mario made $10 an hour, so let's make a quick table for Mario. And what we're going to do is we're going to put hours on top. We're going to put pay on the bottom. We're going to go from 0 to 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 and 10 you can do at home. Okay? If Mario doesn't work, if he gets $10 an hour and he doesn't work, he gets $0. If he works 1 hour, he gets 10, 2, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. You can fill out the rest at home. 9 and 10 are 90 and 100. And this is for Mario. For Alec, again, same table. Hours and pay. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll go all the way on this one. And again, Alec made $7 an hour. If he doesn't work, he doesn't get paid. So 0 is 0. Okay? 1 is 7. 2 is 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and 70. Okay? And finally, there's Tamsin. Remember, Tamsin got that $40 just for being on call. So she gets $40 even when she doesn't work. Okay, so again, hours, H, pay, P, and we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, just making sure you guys can see this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and remember, she gets to $40. So for 0, it's 40, and she gets $10 an hour. So 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to just simply graph these three people. Mario, 0 hours, 0 pay. So Mario is right here at the origin, 0, 0. 1, 10, 2, 20, 3, 30, 4, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Take your ruler or your straight edge, connect the points, and label with Mario. Next. Okay, and that should be a nice straight line. Alec, 0 is 7. 0 is 0 rather. So here, same spot. 1 is 7. 2 is 14. 3 is 21. 4 is 28. 35. 42. 49. 56. 63. And 70. That's Alex. Hopefully this time I can make a better line. Okay, good. I went through the points, exactly what I should. And we'll label that Alec. Okay? And finally, last but not least, we have Tamsin. Look at her table down here, and I'll plot that. 0 is 40. So we're going to start here, and then 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. Take the straight edge, connect the points. Okay, and this is Tamsin. If you notice, if I actually made the lines correctly, let me do that now so you can see this being illustrated. Okay, ignore that top line. Matter of fact, I'll just erase it really quick so it doesn't get in the way. Got to make sure you connect the points. If you notice, Tamsin's and Mario's graphs are parallel. And the reason why they're parallel is because they have their same rate of pay. Mario gets $10 an hour, and so does Tamsin. The reason why Tamsin's graph is 40 increased is because she gets that $40 automatically for being on pole. So that's why there's that separation between Tamsin and Mario. But if you look at the steepness of their graphs, they're exactly the same. And that's because steepness correlates or goes with the rates. And because the rate of pay is exactly $10 for both, their steepness is the same. Alec, on the other hand, his rate is $7 an hour. So as you notice, his graph is less steep. I like to mention steep. When I mention steepness, I like to talk about going down a roller coaster. If you're going down a roller coaster, you'll go down the same speed on Tamsin's and Mario's graph, but on Alex's graph, you will go down slower. And that's because the steepness of his graph is less. Okay? If somebody made $6 an hour, it will be even less steep. $5 an hour, less steep. $4 an hour, less steep. Okay? And if somebody made more than $10 an hour, again, it will be more steep. Okay? So far we've done tables and we've done graphs. Now we're going to go to linear equations. Mario makes $10 an hour. So the question is, how much does he get paid? Well, in order to figure out how much Mario gets paid, we have to look at something very important, which is the number of hours. His pay depends on the number of hours. And because his pay depends on the number of hours, we're going to write the equation like this. P equals something times H, because the hours is the dependent variable. And we always put the dependent variable there, okay? Next to this number here, which we call the coefficient. So we have the coefficient, and we have the dependent variable. Why is it dependent variable? Because again, the pay depends on the hours, okay? And how much does Mario make an hour? $10 an hour. So this is Mario's linear equation. P equals 10H. As you notice, the 10 matches the rate of pay. It always will. And you can check this linear equation to see if it works. Take any one of these hours, plug it into the equation or substitute it into the equation and see if you get the pay. Say, for example, the hours is 4. 10 times 4 is, guess what? 40. It does work. This equation matches this table perfectly. Well, if we know that the linear equation is P equals 10H for Mario, if Alex's rate is $7 an hour, what's his rate? Well, it would be P equals 7H. Mario gets $10 an hour, P equals 10H. Alec gets $7 an hour, P equals 7H. Tamsin, her rate is exactly the same, so it's going to be P equals 10H. But remember, Tamsin gets that extra $40 for being on call. So just at the end of her equation, just put a plus 40 there. Okay? Now, one last thing I want to talk about, and that's direct variation. We can tell if a relationship is in direct variation in 3 different ways. One way, just to let you know, Mario and Alex's graph are direct variations. And the reason why they're direct variations is because they both pass through the origin, or they both touch the origin. Tamsin's graph is not a direct variation because her graph does not touch the origin. And remember, the origin is 0, 0. Okay? So that's one way. Look at the graph, see if it passes through the origin. Another way is to look at the linear equations. Okay? Tamsin, she has a plus 40. Because she has an extra something, or even if she had a minus something at the end of her equation, if you have a plus something or a minus something other than 0 at the end of an equation, you do not have a direct variation. So that's another proof of evidence of why Tamsin's relationship is not a direct variation. Mario and Alec, they don't have a number, a plus something or minus something at the end of the equation. That plus something or minus something, we call that a constant. Mario and Alec does not have a constant at the end of their equations, and therefore those relationships are a direct variation. There's a third way, and finally, to tell whether something is a direct variation or not, and that's look at the tables. If you have a direct variation, if you double one variable, the other one will double as well. For example, we double in Mario's, we double 2. If you double 2, what do you get? You get 4. Well, the hours double. Does the pay double as well? Well, it went from 20 to 40. It certainly does double. Therefore, Mario's relationship is a direct variation, as we already know from the graph and the equations. ALEC, again, we go from 3 to 6. We doubled the hours. Does the pay double as well, 21 to 42? Absolutely. So again, ALEC, direct variation. Tamsin, on the other hand, is not a direct variation. Because if we pick any one of Tamsin's hours, say for example 3, and we go to 6, we see it goes from 70 to 100. Double of 70 is 140. So that should be 140 if it was a direct variation. But it's not, and that means it's not a direct variation. So again, 3 ways to tell whether it's a direct variation or not. 1, see if it passes through the origin. If it does, it's a direct variation. If not, it's not. Look at the linear equations. If there's a constant at the end, it's not. If there's no constant, or you have a constant of +0 or -0, which basically means no constant, again, direct variation. And finally, look at the tables. Remember, for a direct variation, if you double one variable, the other one has to double as well. Or, forget about double, if you triple one variable, the other one should triple. If not, it's not a direct variation. I hope you guys benefited from this lesson. If you have any questions, feel free to email me.